Good morning, ARMR Insiders. Welcome to the morning call. Thanks for joining. It's Fed Day, June 16th. As always, we're going to go over what our trading posture is for the day and how we're going to be investing based on algorithms, the ARMR investing way, and today, the Fed meeting. So let's jump into it. Don't forget, I'm sharing with you information I use to manage my own capital. So your risk tolerance, your goals are different. You got to figure out how to use the ARMR Report as a guide in the process of getting yourself on the right side of probabilities over and over when reward's worth risk, and let your net worth follow that process. Okay. So Fed meeting, I went on a bit of a rant today in the captain's log. So thanks for allowing me to do that. It's, I think, a total and utter joke. Total joke that we have to sit and care what the Fed says and how. What the real joke is not what the Fed says. It's the ridiculous nature of financial TV as they parse through the statement and what one word is different from last month's words. Or how many times did he use this phrase? It's ridiculous. It's not investing. It's a total gamble absurdity today. Because what happens is a bunch of economists who know absolutely nothing create a bunch of conjecture off of whether or not the Fed chair sneezes, and then algorithms decide to trade that way. And you can get a big up move or a big down move that lasts for 30 minutes or 3 hours. It's got nothing to do with investing. So my action plan for Fed Day is literally to do nothing. I generally use the day to do research, take care of other issues. If I day trade, the trade's got to be taken care of and done before 2 o'clock, and really before that. So you could put a trade on in the morning, but you're not looking for some type of all-day run. You're looking to maybe, put it on here, it hits the ATR, you book your profit, you're done for the day. You're not looking for some massive move, because you could see the entire effort evaporated in seconds because the Fed said something about a dot plot. It's ridiculous. So, generally, I don't trade at all on Fed Day. I certainly don't make any new investments before the 2 o'clock announcement, because there's no chart pattern that makes a difference this morning. So something looks great. Then the Fed, hiccups and the market implodes, and what looked great doesn't mean anything. So I'm always trying to get on the side of protecting my capital first, capturing upside second. So in order to protect capital, I can't put money to work in front of a Fed comment. That's the first thought. Second thought is, when the Fed comments come out, it's not all the time, but I don't know. I haven't done a statistical analysis, but I bet it's at 80% of the time, whatever the initial reaction is in the first half hour, the market does the exact opposite by the end of the next day. So if the market rips higher on the news, I would expect selling on Thursday. If the market craters on the news, I would expect buying on Thursday. I haven't done the statistical analysis, but anecdotally, having done this for a long time, that seems to be what happens. So I don't get excited if the market goes up on the news. And I certainly don't get disturbed if it goes down on the news. If it goes down on the news, actually, I get excited because I start thinking, here's my opportunity to put trades on. Here are the names that I got on my list. Here's the crazy Ivan off of some ridiculous dot plot analysis. And I could put a trade on when the market reverses. So that's my plan for the day. Research this morning, take care of other issues. Don't care too much about what's going on. Get the story behind us, see the market fall out, and then read and react. We have been managing success, and what we've been doing is raising our stops along the way. So yesterday was a day to raise cash in the portfolio. I didn't plan it that way. It's just I raised stops, and then the market had a down day, and a lot of our positions hit stops. I love it. I love it. It's so coincidental. We're now carrying between 20 and 30% cash in portfolios that we're managing here at the ARMR Report, which is the perfect position to be in going into Fed meeting and OPEX day. It makes us nimble. I've got tons of ideas. I mean, great looking chart patterns that are about to break out that I'd like to put in the portfolio. So I got cash now. And if the whole market implodes, I already have cash. It's a perfect position to be in. We took out the precious metals for now. Let's go look at some charts as I'm chatting. Okay. That's Tesla. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's just look at GDX for a second. Okay. I could obviously wait for it to go below the 50-day moving average. I'm looking at all GDX, but we owned a bunch of the individual names, but they all pretty much look like GDX. When GDX took out the low of the 25-day moving average, when our stocks did that, I decided to step aside, book the easy money we made from here to here, book that profit, step aside, and see what happens after the Fed meeting. See what happens after, OPEX. When I say I decided, I didn't decide anything. I just raised my stop to the 25-day. They broke down. I exit. The only stock that hasn't broken down yet is Franco-Nevada, and so I'm managing positions. I'm not managing the whole situation. Look, Franco-Nevada's in an uptrend, never went below the 25-day. Okay, it's still in the portfolio, right? But Newmont broke down below the 25-day. I could use the 50. I understand if you are, makes total sense. But at this stage, when I look at SILJ, that starts to make me uncomfortable. That breakout should have occurred already. Now we're making lower highs. We can't get above that breakout line. And a wise man once told me that the further you get into a pennant, the more dangerous the pennant. It usually resolves to the downside as the pennant gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Strong pennants break out here, and Lord knows it should have broken out right here. And I'm not going to go down with the ship just because I think metals should go up. Now, if this thing takes out 18 at some point in my life, I'll probably buy it back. But for now, I'm protecting capital. Then we see this story come out about China releasing a bunch of industrial metals to try to stop the rapid rise in copper. Who knows what that really does to industrial metals? Silver's an industrial metal. I don't know. But the bottom line is we got stopped out of raised stops, and it puts us in a position where we book profits across the board. And there's nothing wrong with that. And now I've got cash to move to other places that I find more attractive. That's kind of where I'm at right now with the metals. And I'll carry Franco-Nevada as long as it stays above the 25-day. We have avoided another sell-off, in cannabis. We've avoided it. This was a failure. We admitted it, and I love that we can do that, right? We love cannabis. I want to own cannabis. Cannabis doesn't look good. I'm not going to hold on to cannabis, right? We put some positions on. They immediately reversed. We got out. Didn't work. We didn't, no harm, no foul, small losses, nothing, We had a big gain on Telray, came back. We actually sold it for a small profit, right? Telray, Kronos, all of these patterns are unwinding. We booked our profit in Organogram. Hexo, good thing we didn't hold on to that. Totally blew the number. Stock broke down, right? CGC, can't seem to get anywhere. So something's not right with cannabis. I don't know what it is. We have to avoid it. We'll wait for the next opportunity. Let's take a look at what does intrigue me now. I am on the precipice of adding a couple of older names that we made some good money in that have made momentum type entry points. CVS is one of them. The sick breakout. And if you recall, it ripped higher and I sold it right here because the market looked dicey. And so I booked a profit. And then it popped higher and I lamented, oh, I can't believe I let go of CVS. Well, guess what? It's come right back to where I sold it. And it's setting up right here on the 25-day. So if the market makes it out of this period and it continues to move higher, I'm going to want to own CVS coming out of this pattern, making a, let's say, taking out the high of yesterday. Write that one down. Take a look at waste management. Wow. Someone's accumulating this stock in style. We owned it here. It ripped higher. We sold it here. It's making a pennant on the 25-day. This is a momentum entry. It's a follow-on entry. We made money in it, booked a profit. It hasn't broken down. Tight pennant at the 25-day. If it were to take out the low of yesterday, I wouldn't want to own it. But if it breaks above these tops here, breaks out of this pennant, you know, waste management and RSG, look at RSG. We got to own both of those. And these are right in the crosshairs of the infrastructure package. It's an interesting story. So these three names are at the top of my list. Then the NASDAQ 100 names look pretty good. So I want to own Square. PayPal looks great. Square looks great. Okay, we've got Micron on the radar. If it ever closes above the 50-day moving average, we'll want to own that. Okay, those are the top names in the portfolio that I'd like to add to the portfolio. ZM is a little bit further down the list, but I'd like to add it. And I've got my eye on Tesla. I'm just curious what's going to happen here. If it doesn't break down and breaks out of this pennant to the upside, I might want to own it. I really might. That'd be a great double bottom, a big consolidation before it makes its next leg higher. I might. All right. So these are some of the things I'm looking at. I won't be trading them today because no matter what I see this morning that might look good, it could get run over by the Mack truck of the Fed. So not doing it today. Even if the whole thing rips higher, I'd rather look to buy on weakness tomorrow morning, heading into OPEX and the market going higher. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So research day. Any questions you have for me before I go? Those are all my thoughts for the day. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I don't think so. But anyway, if you have any questions, I'm here. I'll give you a second. If not, that's great. We're going to keep riding out, the steel stocks. They were crazy yesterday. We're going to stay with those names as long as they stay above their stops. I don't see anything else in the portfolio that really needs discussing. We booked some profits in Biohaven, and it was due for a sell-off. So, we'll see what it does from here. And if it takes out maybe the 25-day moving average, I'll exit the rest of it. I think that would be probably the stop for me. 50 days too far away, and the 14 days, it's already there. I mean, I'm going to give it a little bit more room to make a pattern here. Okay. Big cap tech looks the best to me. I'll end it on that note. QLD looks the strongest. So we'll see if it follows through. All right, guys, I'll see you at the, it won't be a 2:30 update today because the Fed will make an announcement at 2:30, they take questions or whatever. So there may not be an afternoon update. There'd be too much craziness going on, and I need to see how it settles out before I really do an update. So probably tomorrow morning, but I'll be in there typing away in the Slack room and answering questions. Okay. Have a safe day trading out there, everybody.